It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Toronto Blue Jays, they've taken the first 2 games of this series, and today they'll go for the sweep. They played well, Chris, and they're looking for more of the same in this one. Yeah, they've been the side shaking hands on the field after each game so far. Played solid baseball to earn those wins, as you said, but every game offers up its own unique challenges. So we'll see what those are today, but there's always a little extra motivation when you have an opportunity to sweep the series. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, children, all Jokers Us Gaming is proud to present to you Blue Jays Baseball on MLB The Show. I'm your host, the one true Joker. Here's Joe and Chris to call the rest of the action.
Well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city, and you know this guy is no different. He wants to be more effective here. So you look at the numbers, they haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and this one's blasted. He's got a chance. And the one track face this pass.
Oh, he had to go some distance for that.
His batting average is on the rise right now. He's hitting over 350 over the last 10 ball games. You can see the confidence that he's carrying around just watching him walk to the plate. Here's Bryce Harper. Foul ball. One down, base is empty. High fly ball out of the left center field. Ramirez has his guys up. That's it. Out number 2.
That's a big out, number 2, too, when you think of it. Since Bryce has homered in both games prior to this.
To the right side. He's running quickly, but he knows the foot race at first. Good job of at the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Ahmed Rosario. Comes up the pitch. Verlander, a former Cy Young Award winner, he features his 14 fastball, a slider, a curve, and works in a changeup. And that's the base hit in the left field. So a man on base to start the inning. Harold Ramirez at the dish. Out front and foul to the left side. This is a batter who clearly performs better in day games. I don't know why, but his numbers generally back it up. Just overmatched on that fastball right there. And it wasn't like he was set up for it by getting it off speed early in the bat. He came right after the two straight had no answer for it. Isaac Paredes now. Square to the pop-up. Foul territory for the backfield. He's got it, and there's 2 away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Yandy Diaz. Pulls that one foul. Rosario, the runner at first with 2 gone. Back ball for a strike. And now 1 and 2. 2 outs. Fouls it off, still 1 and 2. Foul ball still 1 and 2 down. It's a good day. And a swing and a miss. It didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but he can get the strikeout. Nothing to Tampa first. On the second down. That's Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You've got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire. And you know, this was his time. Right to the plate. Until his next at bat. And that's for Toronto. Everyone gory. And he can't make the play. But play to time to recover, and that's the second out. Throughout, base is empty. So up next for Toronto, Joel Garcia. Center field. Jones has this one sized up, and that'll do it. Goes over the bottom of the second. No score. Back now in Tampa Bay. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now the catcher for the Rays, Ben Woodstead. This is in there. Strike one. Verlander, 41 years old, and he's the former rookie of the year. Out for strike center. That's well struck. And that gets down into the gap. Around first and Hudson for second. And he's there with a leadoff double. He was all over that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and he pitched it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. Gunner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame. Junior Caminero stands in now and watches strike one. Pass back up the middle to Junior. That's one out the bottom of the second. Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. Not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's as good as that. On the ground to the left. And the run is the score. Took a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control. It goes back to all those drills you get into off the tee where it's placed in different spots. It's just nice. Right side, lead runner around second. Headed to the plate. The throw into second.
Come on.
Well done. Drives in. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a run. They take so many reps in the game, working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. Shortstop takes the ball. He's been great here in recent games, and a big reason why he's ahead in count. He's been able to do that consistently. We'll see the results. And it's second. Swing the ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. And there's the out. So the lineup flips over. He gets the intentional walk here, and now we're forcing him to base to keep on. First and second down. Here's the left fielder, Harold Ramirez. Fastball in for a strike, 4-1. Base shot right field. Coming home. Now a long throw home.
Come on, give me a break. He was out.
Go too long, too away. Here's the third baseman. Stop Paredes. Inside that ball. He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. Garcia makes the catch, and that'll do it. 3 runs for him here, and they...
Fucking bullshit.
Now the left fielder, number 36. Come on, and there it goes. It is high. It is far.
Fuck you, bitch.
3-1. First pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy. With a low 90 fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spot. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there, patient, waiting for it, like you see all over again. Jones makes the grab, one away. This is Toronto catcher, Austin Wells. That one fouled off.
Makes the grab.
So the batting order turns over. Here's George Springer. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now reverse to second. And he'll pull in now with a stand-up double. Doesn't mind it up any better than that. Great hands on that swing. Took the bill right to the baseball. Caught it out front and put it into the gap. At that point, there's probably no question in his mind that he's going for two. That's just a great deal. And here out to center. And that'll do it. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now. As we go to the last of the third. And now the first baseman, John Diaz. Right through there for a strike. Well, these Rays doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's the stat for you, Bruce. They make their contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special. Well, the last 6 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him. So that's right around the goal. Swing it is. Oh, no, roll. Let it go. Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nice to go from behind the plate. He gets a throw. And a quick tag before he just gets the base. One down, base is in. That is swing and a line drive in the right field. Springer there, making the catch. Junior Cabanero next to hit for the Rays. Grounded out his first shot. Foul out of play off to the right. 2 out, bases empty. Here's the swing to drive left field, and he will.
He circles the bases, and they add a run. It's 4-1.
There's clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, got to get rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence. Swinging a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. And the Rays get one on a solo shot. It's now a 4-1.
Don't give a shit.
Back here chopping down the field. There's the shortstop at the plate. Francisco Lindor. On his way to the corner. Ramirez on the move. Won't get to this one. It drops foul.
Come on!
That's outside. And it's now 1-2. I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in a low-key count. He just tried to overthrow that pitch. On the ground, right side. Over to Diaz. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Up to the plate is Brandon Belt. 0-for-1 so far. That one drilled left field. Ramirez makes the grab. Yeah. 2 out, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Evan Lindor. Into center of the base hit. And that keeps the inning going. That guy does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. There are a lot of hits there. Now it's going to be Dalton Varsho. This one in the air. In position. And looks to be on that one. And that is that. One left for Toronto. And they trail it 4-1. Ready to go. Bottom four. And now Michael Reed. And here it comes. And a foul ball. Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to get deep into this ball game. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Looks to the pitcher is in time. And they come away with an out after a 6 start to the play. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Taylor Walls. Strike one. 0-1 here now.
Viewer discretion is highly advised.
Everything came together for him. He got a 50 drive, but he really gets too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing. And the barrel was so on playing with the ball, easy to drive into the gap for that double. Nope. Soft. He's down low. Really great change of speed. He goes off the off-speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next. And now off to the right side, he may be going. One out, the runner is second. Here's the third and final game of the series. Fly ball center field. McKeon a lot of force. Stretches out and holds it in.
Throw the fucking ball!
Back into the outfield for that catch. We don't know. Those could be a little tricky, especially if the wind's blowing around out there. Look to down now, and is Harold Ramirez. And that throws, that's at the third. Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, even the pitcher's mind, as to the conviction in the call. And on second to that. On the ground, right side, the field. Gets close, inning over.
I'm testy today, people.
Number 36. The wide pitch. Short stands out of bounds. Which is the first. And he's off and retired in the fifth. Get the field stands in. He's 0 for 1. And there's the foul ball. A former All-Star, 32 years old, and he's been wearing out home plate lately for the bench side in the last 10 games. Bases empty, one away at the top of the fifth.
Oh, now you pitch inside, you motherfucker.
That's it for the second half. And now for the Jays, Austin Wells. That one is lifted in the air. Jones makes the grab, and that is bottom of the inning. And now here's Paredes. That one finds his own. Well, these Rays, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've seen how many line drive base hits they've been able to produce in this one. 6 to be exact, and they've all been pretty loud. The 1-1 is fouled off. And right into the field. That one the other way. And that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Around first. This is for 2. Relay throw to second. The captain is cutting down, going for 2. Next at bat will be the Rays 4-hitter.
Love to say I planned that, but fuck no. What time I get a break? Oh, so my fucking team can't catch shit now. After all this year.
Here's the catcher,
Ben Workhead, 1-2.
Fuck.
Over there for a strike. Another ball.
Good. Come on!
Fouled off. Now nobody on. Last half of the inning, number 5. Come on, good work there as he gets it 1-2. Back now in Tampa Bay. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's George Springer to start it off. Swing at a high fly ball to left. Ramirez sizes this one up.
Swung early.
Bryce Harper to the plate. And he grounds one back up the middle. Harper is out.
No, I can't fucking do anything. Fuck's sakes.
That's outside. In there, down 1-1. Rays leading by 3 in the top half of the 6th.
Jesus.
And that's the third out. They go back. Bottom of the 6th inning, leading off Junior Caminero. Ground ball right side. Harper hits himself, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's the center fielder, Brock Jones. The foul straight back. 0-1. Fought off foul. 1 out, bases empty. Foul ball left side, he'll see the leather. That's pitches downstairs. It's been talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a strike situation just becomes such a problem for hitters in more recent years. With all of the emphasis by pitchers. Oh, look at this! Fire for first. Oh, very nicely done. First, it looks like making the stop is the hardest part, but keeping the pitcher on the move, I think even tougher. Great job of hitting that moving target. He's fired up in the dugout. There we're back, and now the DH, Brandon Bell. Michelle, back to work. Shell missed. Activity in the bullpen. Garrett Clevenger, getting ready to go. Kelly, warming up as well. And ground plug to the right side. And through here. And aboard on the leadoff single. Well, we waited until the 7th, but that's the hospital with extended hitting streak. How much does it weigh on your mind when you're coming to the plate in the late innings with a streak going? Yeah, quite a bit, and a hitter's supposed to say he's only focused on the current at bat, but man, honestly, it's hard not to know that if you don't come up with a hit, your streak's over. So it's there, at least in the back of your mind. I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps scoring a ball in the gap. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's going to look over his shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. They're trying to do too much.
What the fuck are you talking about? Lead up.
just pitched the drive. He short with his back half to the ball and caught it out front. And he stayed long in his follow through. And that's how you split the gap, man. That's pretty much a double every time. Don't Marshall digs him down. Marshall. He's the leading batting average with only a games left scheduled, closing in on the batting title. The tying run at the plate. Now this is a rocket to left. This is one gone. It was all over that fastball right there. Tell you what, he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more. That's way back. Now the left fielder, he's already homered his instinct.
No, I'll let him hit.
Here to the left center, ball on the move. He's got it. Yeah. So that's a tough play for the infielder, racing back into the outfield. But part of him was saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there. And now here's Jeff McNeil. And that's the third out. The James pushed across the run on this double. It's now back here at Chapel down the field, bottom of the seventh, stepping in for the Rays, Taylor Walls. He's got a real skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired. He's still delivering good action. Right here to fifth field. Plays out,
And you throw it off on top.
Really good swing right there. We got a pitch that he really could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the through. Oh, and Longoria. Now it's a play because he's went through strike one. Ground ball could be two. Off that one, there's one. How about that double play? Very fast development play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line. Ramirez in the box with two on, and takes a look at a called strike. And that's the inside corner for a strike. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Into the game, and one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to play deep. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Again, he'll collect himself now as he has to done. Back now, it'll be a pinch hitter to lead off. And Jansen. Pitch. Foul ball. TOR. Oh, great shot. That is a throw. It's there. That's a great play. Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy in the mouth. Back to the top of the lineup, and it'll be George Springer in step to the plate. And the first offering is not close. Pleasure. The lefty who lights up the radar gun. 29 years old, and he's one of the players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. And this one makes the catch. Two-way guy. Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace. 2 outs, base 70. And that's for Toronto. Bryce Harper. And it's out away. The 1. On the line, out towards center.
Nope.
That'll do it. 1, 2, 3, go. Staying in the game on defense, Danny Jansen. He takes over behind the plate. The game is a pitch hitter. First off, Rangers fouled off. They're going to hop up, foul and a play off to the right side. They'll find the stand. That one ripped. Springer going back on this one. And off the face of the wall. Into second easily with a lead-off double.
Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle.
Oh, that pitch got away from him, and that's a hit by pitch.
Bet your ass it was.
It's a hit for the Rays.
Our biggest concern, other than injury, after a moment like that, is just how the pitcher will respond. You know, sometimes a guy will lose confidence in a pitch when he's hit somebody.
On the ground, he's 452. Off down the field, there's one. That was the first, and that is a double play. Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and the infielders took care of business. This textbook execution between short and second and turn that into 2 outs. Junior Caminero, next to hit for the Rays. He's already home here in this one. Ryan Yarbrough on the pitch here. Important job for him to do right now with that runner on third. Oh, that got him. The Birds, if he had to take one to the team, what would he want to get there? I think that has to stay up with him. Two grounded runners at the course. Now up for Tampa Bay, Brock Jones. No need to offset that pitch because he's going to drive. This is a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch. Runners on first and third, 2 away. The bottom half of the 8th inning. Pops up to the left. There's the foul ground. Great foul ground up against the wall. So the Rays. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And a pitch. Out towards left center. Sizes this one up. Pushes it away for the out. And there's one down. He's 2 outs away. Now, Brandon Bell. First off, Rangers fouled off. Very best. A very difficult guy to get this off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him. He wins every pitch. And for a hitter, sometimes the victory is just fouling off one of his pitches. Now the flip to the pitcher covering, and it gets dealt to the out. So they're down to the final out. Evan Longoria.
Don't let him hit. Fuck it.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, pretty much forget about it. And behind the back swing, it's like one. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right? Yeah, and you're hoping that somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, something's just too good to fail.
Down to the final strike. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
He's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. One ball's on him a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are. Fish. Oh, off the inside edge. They count down 2-2.
Oh well.
Throw the first, Balking, and the Rays salvage the finale of this 3-game series. Well, this is a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Timely hitting, runs on the board, pitching the defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode of Blue Jays baseball. As you can tell, it was a quick game. and it ended up being a 4-2 game for the Tampa Bay Rays, who finally have beaten the Jays in this series. So the Jays split the series 2-1 in their favor, but Tampa Bay gets the last laugh and gets the win 4-2. Nobles for Blue Jays. Brandon Belt was 1 for 4. George Springer 1 for 4 with a double. Evan Longoria goes 2 for 4 with a double, also being the last out of the game. And then Davis Snyder goes 1 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. Why Tampa Bay was kicking in gear, where Tyler Walls was 2 for 3 with a double. Isaac Penteredas was 2 for 4 with a double. Michael Reed 1 for 3 with a double. And Jordan Canale goes 1 and 3 and gets a big home run to help give Zach Little the win, who pitched 7 great innings. He allowed 5 hits and only had 2 earned runs against him, while Verlander pitched 7 innings himself. He gave up 10 hits, managed 5 strikeouts. He walked 1 batter and gave up 4 earned runs. Peter Fairbanks gets his 39th save of the year. So with that, that is the final 4-2 for Tampa Bay. With John, Chris, and the rest of the crew, I want to thank you for watching Joker Us Gaming Blue Jays Baseball on the show. I've been your graceful host, the One True Joker, and with that, we are officially signing out, where the Jays will be now heading home for the next 7 days before they go to the postseason, where they would probably start off at home being the best team in baseball. Let's look at the schedule before we sign out. There will of course be change. Yep, Boston and then the Florida Marlins will be the ones who does it. So once again, the final score 4-2 Tampa Bay. Thank you for watching Blue Jays Baseball. This is the One True Joker, officially signing out. See you next time on the show.